Gentlemen, no gentlemen here. This is all about the pious ladies.
Yes!
Oh, yes.
Happy International Women's Day for yesterday.
At time of filming, so more like a week ago at time of release.
But it should be every day.
Yeah.
Every day should be everyone's day. But
It's true.
Yeah, there it is. Happy International Women's Day, you
Happy
lovely
International
ladies.
Day.
Love
Everyone
ya.
Day.
Love ya.
Today we have not one but two lists for you in this list analysis with the lovely new sisters that Sanger has been hard at work with, and yeah, oh god, the models are so nice.
They're lovely.
They are such good models. Like, you see the pictures and you kind of go, they look really good, and then you get them in the flesh and you're like, oh my god, they're so good. They're so pretty.
They're just amazing.
Like, they are, I mean, yeah, absolute props to the model designers and the model sculptors at G-Dubs. These ladies are phenomenal.
Yes, really, really, really well done.
But
that's not what we're here to discuss.
oh no,
No.
it's true. So we have, as I say, two lists for you today. Now we have one which is a little bit more competitive.
Yes.
And one which is just absolutely silly. And I live for it.
Yeah.
I absolutely live for it. So do we want to reveal who's done what?
Well, I've gone for a more competitive sort of list today. I think it's pretty scary.
I would not want to play it.
Yeah.
I would really not. If someone put it down, I'd be like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do against it.
Yeah. It's simple, but effective.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yes. I, however, have gone for absolute bonkersness. I mean, it's still not like weak.
Sisters are good.
Sisters are good.
They're really good.
It's certainly not a weak list, but it's certainly, you know, not a particularly refined list. But I
want to do yours first.
In a normal game, I think it would certainly do very, very well. In a competitive setting, not so much.
Yeah.
Shall we do mine first?
Let's do
then?
yours first.
Okay, so my list, it is all bloody rose. So my entire army gets +1 AP to their combat and to their pistols,
Nice.
as well as +1 attack on the charge, the turn that they're charged, or when they heroically intervene. So they get shock assault, basically, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But the extra AP on your pistols and on your combat is real nice. So I have a dual battalion
Yes.
and a fortification network. Yeah, the Battle Sanctum. Okay, so it's 50 points for something that, if I'm going by the picture correctly, because at time of film they've just said that all the pre-orders are going up this weekend. Time travel is confusing. Don't like it. Don't like it. But yeah, it looks like, so it's a nice big piece of line of sight blocking terrain, as well as if you have a unit of sisters within 6 inches of it at the start of your turn, you get another miracle dice. Great.
I love it.
I'll have a whole bunch.
Yeah.
I'll have a whole bunch of miracle dice. So so that's the Battle Sanctum. And then we have 2 battalions. I've spent a stupid amount of CP, so you know it's one of my lists. So you begin the game with 13. I've actually spent a lot.
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've spent 6.
6.
I've spent 6 CP. Do you want to know how many relics I'm running? I'm running 4.
It's too many.
I'm running 4 relics.
Too many
because you
relics.
can. This is clearly just a procession of relics.
Yeah.
It's just the Triumph of St. Catherine, but on a really smaller scale.
Yeah,
it's not quite as ostentatious.
She's somewhere else.
Yeah.
But they thought, well, this is still a big deal.
This is a good idea.
What have we got lying around? And they just went and collected it all.
They did it.
Yeah.
They did it. So, in our first battalion, we have Canoness, who is our Warlord. So she has a Blessed Blade. She has an Inferno pistol. Her relic is the Mantle of St. Ophelia, so she has a free up invuln, which is quite nice. And her Warlord trait is Indomitable Belief, so she gives +1 to your Shield of Faith to every unit within 6 on your infantry. So everyone will have a 5 up invuln, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
Well, not everyone, but everyone that's within 6 inches of her, which is cool. My second HQ is another Canoness. So this one here is a Heroine in the making. She has a power sword, she has a bolt pistol, she has a rod of office, because you have to if you've got that particular loadout. And her warlord trait, so she's a heroine, is Beacon of Faith. So she's the one that shows, so she gives me an additional miracle dice at the beginning of each battle round.
Nice.
And she has the Litanies of Faith. So I get to re-roll on her. So she's going to be plonked on top of that Battle Sanctum, just yelling orders at people with her rod, giving me 2 miracle dice additional every turn, and I can re-roll one of them as well.
Amazing.
Which is really good.
Yeah.
And it would just look really, really cool.
Yeah.
So, you know, so far so standard with those HQs in terms of your Warlord traits. Unfortunately, those Warlord traits are the best ones. They're the ones that you're going to do really, even if you're doing like a fun list like this one. We then have, in my troops, I have 3 units of 5 Battle Sisters. They are all equipped with bolt guns and bolt pistols. The Superior, however, has a chainsword and a hand flamer in addition to her bolt gun. And I have 2 special weapons in there of storm bolters. So actually, that 5-man unit or 5-lady unit is pumping out a lot of Dakka at range. And then when I get close, I switch to my pistols for the extra AP. Plus the hand flamer. And on the charge, each one of those squads is throwing out 13 attacks at -1. It's only strength 3 and they're only hitting on 4s, but you've got characters nearby to buff them. And it's just, the whole idea of it is it's just, you're just going to whittle stuff away.
Yeah, I like that.
So we've got 3 of them, they're all identically equipped. We then go over to our elites. So we have 2 Imagifiers, or Imagifiers.
I think Imagifiers.
Imagifiers?
No, I think Imagifiers.
Imagifiers?
Yeah, that's how I'd say it. Imagifiers.
The banner ladies that are carrying the marble statues.
Which is so cool.
They are very strong.
Yes.
They are strong women.
Yes.
We have 2 of them. One of which has the Tail of the Warrior. So this is +1 strength in a 6-inch aura. So again, we're leaning into the little bit of combat theme there. And the other one has the Tail of the Stoic. So ignore the -1. However, that one I've also buffed up. For I have given her the Venerated Saint, so she gets an additional 1. So I've also given her Tail of the Warrior. So now I've got 1. So I've got 2 of them giving out +1 strength in a 6-inch bubble, and 1 of them giving out the -1 AP, ignore -1. And I've also given that one the Book of St. Lucius. So she has both of those bubbles in a 9-inch aura.
Yeah, cool.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
So she will be accompanying all my ladies on foot. The one that just has the standard Tail of the Warrior is going to be joining some Sisters Repentia. So I have 2 units of 8 Sisters Repentia. To that end, I've also got 1 Repentia Superior. So she provides the various bubbles for them. It's reroll 1s to wound in combat, reroll advance rolls, reroll charge rolls. She doesn't take up a slot. The Tail of the Warrior lady is going to be joining them. So they're now strength 4, which is doubled with their chainswords at -4 with their chainswords, flat 2 damage, rerolling 1s to wound. They've got like 4 attacks each, or 3 attacks each with Bloody Rose, which leads into my 2nd battalion.
Yes.
So in my 2nd battalion, I have a Canoness in here. So she has the 4th relic, which is the Bloody Rose specific one, Beneficence, which is basically a super duper chainsword. So it's +1 strength, -2, so -3 because of Bloody Rose, flat 2 damage, and +3 attacks. So again, on the charge, this lady has a whole bunch of attacks.
Yeah.
So she has, I think they have 4 attacks base, then another 3 for her chainsword, and then another 1 on the charge, plus her reroll 1 bubble. And she has also been given a Inferno pistol as well, and a null rod. I had some points. So I like to imagine she is actually just a Repentia in power armor, just screaming at the enemy, running forward. So that blob of Repentia has reroll 1s to hit for the Canoness, reroll 1s to wound for the Superior, reroll advance rolls, reroll charge rolls, +1 strength, loads of stuff. And my 4th HQ is a missionary to give them all +1 attack.
Yes.
Yes! So
it just keeps building.
And then we put them in rhinos. So we have 2 rhinos. So that's why they're units of 8. So I've got 2 characters alongside each Repentia. So it is very eggs in a basket, but it's a very cool eggs in a basket. The troops there is rinse and repeat of the Battle Sisters. So again, 3 5-lady units, all with 2 Storm Bolters and an Inferno pistol on the Superior. Back to the elite, we have 2 Seraphim squads. 2 Seraphim squads, all with a pennant, so they can reroll charges in a 6-inch bubble.
Amazing.
So they'll probably deep strike in, because why would you not? They can reroll charges, so they can go in to support my sisters when they hit the lines.
Yeah, which is cool.
Now it is a Sisters Order unit, which is unfortunate because it means it doesn't affect my unit of 4 Mortifiers. Shall I tell you what does affect the unit of 4 mortifiers, however?
Go on.
The advance and charge stratagem.
Yeah.
Because they have the Sororitas keyword.
Yeah.
So 4 of them, they all have penitent flails. One of them is an anchorite because I had the points.
Sure.
Why not? And they all have heavy flamers because when they hit combat, they can just go, oh, these are pistols now. Great.
I didn't know that.
That's
really cool.
So the mortifiers, they have a bunch of special rules. If you kill them in combat, they explode on a 4+ for D3.
Awesome.
But it only affects a unit within an inch, so that's why it's combat.
Sure.
They ignore on a 6. Wounds on a 6.
Yeah.
They're weapon skill free, ballistic skill free. They've got a 9-inch move.
Tasty.
There's a stratagem to give them advance and charge.
Yes.
So you won't be able to advance and shoot the heavy flamers,
sure.
which is fine. Now, if you went for heavy bolters, so this is where they have another cool rule. So their rule is essentially you can count, if you recruit with heavy bolters, you can make them assault free instead of heavy free.
Oh, nice.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Or your heavy flamers can become pistol.
And you chose pistols.
Well, that you can choose to do that either or. So I mean, it doesn't really matter for your heavy flamers because you're just going to go. They're always going to be pistols.
Yeah,
because they're heavy, and they're auto hitting anyway. But it just means that you can just burn stuff in combat.
Yeah, which is cool.
And yeah, one of them's an anchorite for the free up save because I had some points. Yeah, if a unit of 4 of them hits your lines, that's 60, strength 6, -2, 1 damage attacks. With their flails. Now they don't get the order keyword, so they don't get the extra attack on the charge, nor do they get the extra AP, which is a pity because then that would go up to a lot.
Yeah.
It would go up to a lot. It would go up to 72 attacks at -3. Strength. I'll settle with 60. But yeah, they're just so much fun. And just like 4 of them stomping along the battlefield, flanked by 2 rhinos filled with Repentia.
It just looks cool.
It just looks
really cool.
And then you've got the second wave of sisters behind, just like roaring as they're firing their bolt guns off. And then to round off the army. Oh, and then your Seraphim descend as well to help out. So they don't give the reroll charges to those mortifiers, but you've got, on turn 2, you're just going to advance and charge them. Turn 1, you advance. Turn 2, you advance and charge.
Yeah.
And you just kind of go, I'm not firing my heavy flamers until turn 3, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
Because you can't pin me down with all of those attacks and all of those flamer shots.
It's not happening.
No, it's not happening. And to round off the list, I have 2 Exorcists, because I do need a little bit of fire support in here.
Sure.
Those Exorcists have been given Hunter Killer Missiles because I had some points. That is 1998 points of frothy, angry, rabid, repenting sister ladies. And it would look amazing. I would really enjoy running that list.
It'd be fun.
I think it'd be so much fun. And like I said, it does have some teeth. You've got a blob of 30 sisters which are ignoring AP1 and have a 5+ invuln anyway.
Yeah.
So the minute you throw, because of the Warlord near them, so the minute that you throw anything that's AP2 at them, they still have. I mean, they'll obviously have the 5+ save anyway. So it's not as good as Valorous Heart, but it's still pretty effective.
It's still pretty good.
In terms of your Sacred Rites, I'd probably just, because it's a fun list, I'd gamble every time and just roll for it. Because you've got a stratagem to change it anyway. In an ideal world, you would get the, when someone dies, you get, you roll a dice on a 5+, they shoot or attack, because that just fits the theme.
Yeah.
As well as the passion, so every 6 to hit is 2 hits in combat. But obviously you can if you wanted to run it at a more like sort of competitive type thing, you could go, I'm playing 1,000 Suns. Cool, everyone has +3 to deny.
Yeah.
You come up against something where you don't really mind about that, you go, just roll for it, see what happens. You could get like the +1 to charge one, which is cool.
Yeah.
No,
which would be awesome.
Which you just kind of go, yeah, great. It should be a lot of fun. I've got enough CP to do what I need. I've got plenty of miracle dice to fuel the Exorcists. You can guarantee basically charges with stuff. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a lot of fun.
But like you say, it's super fun, but also there's some armies which you're going to be like, oh no, this is a problem.
Yeah. Oh no,
this is a serious problem.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
I think I would like to run it. So Rob!
Okay, he heard us. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, that's our prerequisite done. So now that's the fun side of it.
Stuff.
What's the nonsense that you have brought to the table? Now this gives me great cause for concern. It scares me a little bit.
Okay, you ready? Right, here it goes. So I'm running a dual battalion, and it's a battalion because
It's competitive.
it's competitive.
That's all right then.
I'm running Valorous Heart, so I ignore wounds on 6s, and your first minus to your the weapons which are -1 AP become -0. So that's inbuilt across the army,
Which is great.
which is really good and makes them very survivable, which is good because that is what I'm going for here. So first of all, my Warlord, she is a Canoness. I've given her a Brazier of Fire. I've given her a Condemned Boltgun, which is pretty cool. You can shoot at those psychers if you need to, which is nice. It was mainly just because I had a spare point at the end of it, so I gave her that. And I've given her Indomitable Belief for her Warlord trait. So the +1.
Yeah, you got the 5 up. You got
5
the 5
up
up
and
in a bubble.
for my infantry, which is nice. I then have a missionary in there because points. But the being able to not run away when you roll the 4 up is handy. It's handy. Although in my list, probably not as much, but hey, you know, it could come up and it could be useful. We then go to my troops. I have 3 units of 5 Battle Sisters. Each one has a melter gun. Okay, we're all fine so far, right? I then have 3 units of Dominion squads, all with melters. One of them, again, because I had points, I've given the Incensor Cherub. So that's just a free miracle dice, guys. It's just a free miracle dice, which is nice.
Do you have combi weapons on those superiors?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. They just have Boltguns.
Just okay.
Yep. Points.
Sure.
Points. Right. And okay, so then we get to my dedicated transports. So in this battalion, I have 6 immolators.
Yeah.
With the immolation flamers and the heavy bolters. I'm going to my next battalion.
Yeah.
Again, Valorous Heart. I have a Canoness in there. Now she's a heroine in the making. I've given in the making, liking my bacon. In the making, and she has a Beacon of Faith. So again, I'm getting more miracle dice there. She also has a Brazier of Holy Fire, which is good. I mean, being able to do that once a game with the D3 mortal wounds or D6 against demons is great. I've also given her the relic, the Brazier of Eternal Flame. So if you're within 18 inches of me, you get a -2 to cast.
Yeah, that's nice.
Right?
That's real nice.
So that was an extra one that I've chucked in there. I then have another Canoness. Again, all the Canonesses just have bolt pistols and chainswords, except for the first one. She's got her
Condemnable.
I want to say Indomitable, but it's lots of big words here. The Condemnable. So but these two have bolt pistols and chainswords. Again, she has the Brazier of Eternal Flame. I think for 8 points to be able to chuck out D3 mortal wounds at like a crucial time is good. And I've got that now across there, and it's especially good because, you know, like you said, possessed bombs, all that sort of stuff, they are about at the moment. So
I did check to see if there was an FAQ on this, because you do it in the shooting phase, but it's not a shooting attack. So I don't believe you can target characters or things that are untargetable in the shooting phase, but there's no FAQ on it, so we'll need to check the reward. But even so, you just kind of go on a 2+ D3 mortal wounds, or you just hold you hold it off. You put all 3 of them out in front of the possessed bomb and go, charge me. Yeah, because you can do it on Overwatch and it still works on a 2+. You just go, that's going to be 3d6 mortal wounds.
Do you want?
Are you sure you want to charge those 3 sisters? No.
Because you can
if you've got a death wish.
But it's a bad day for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got those 2. I then have another 3 units of Battle Sisters with Melter in there.
Yep.
I then have, now this is the one bit of the list where I kind of go, you could tool with this a little bit, but I have gone for 3 Imagifiers.
Okay.
I've opened up the what is it called? The addition, the
Reliquaries.
Reliquaries. Thank you. To give one of these guys the Book of St. Lucius.
Of course, 9-inch
so
bubble.
Got the 9-inch bubble. The reason, and these guys all have the Tale of the Stoic, because that stacks.
Yeah.
So suddenly I'm ignoring AP -2.
Yeah, just flat up. Just not reducing it.
Not reducing it or anything. It's just flat. Right. So and a lot of weapons these days because people are going for high rate of fire to weaponry and all that sort of stuff. It means that I'm going to be getting, when these guys are out and about with them, a 3-up save against the majority of shots which are being shot at me.
You could always jump one out to protect your tanks because it applies to tanks as well.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I would do. So that just makes the list. Now, is 3 too much? Potentially. But what it does is, because let me finish the list. I then have another 3 immolators. So I have 9. So what that means is you can have blobs running around and you can defend them all. So you can have a blob of 3 over here, a blob of 3 over here, a blob of 3 over here. That's the list. It's 2,000 points on the nose.
I mean, yeah, it's good.
It's designed to be super survivable, sit on objectives, have an immense amount of board control, and actually it's got a pretty decent amount of firepower in there as well.
It's just the immolators so much.
Like any horde army I come up against, I laugh. I do have quite a bit of melter in there as well to bring down bigger targets.
I mean, yeah, you've got 18 melter guns in there, and with your miracle dice as well, you can just kind of go
damage 6.
Bang. Yeah, thank you very much.
You are removed.
Yep.
So it's tasty. It can it can be killy, but it's not really designed to do that. It's literally designed to whittle down your opponent.
Yep.
Like, just work on their key units, work on units which are going to stop you from scoring those points.
Yep.
Like, if you have infantry against this list, it's just gone. I just removed that.
It's just so much firepower.
You're going to be, and it's. I wouldn't want to face it.
No.
I would not want to face this list. I mean, I think it would give quite a lot of top meta lists a run for their money. I think it would give things like Triptide list, for example. It'd be difficult for them because all of those burst cannons I get 3-up saves against.
Yep. Unless they roll a 6 with not Storm of Fire, through Unity Devastation, and that's against one of your tanks.
That's against one of my tanks.
On a 6 to wound, so and then at that point you kind of go, all right, well, I've still got a 6-up save.
And to be fair, I'm just rushing
and a 6-up trog.
Yeah, exactly. And you've only got 3 commanders in that list, so I'm rushing you. Maybe I'll lose 1 or 2. All of your drones will be dead. I'm then going to just start, locking you up, charging you, pulling you down, killing everything, and it just becomes a real problem. Like, there's not many armies which are going to have enough firepower, actually, and I think this is saying something, especially now with what's happened with Marines.
Yep.
If you brought maybe against like something like Imperial Fists back in the day, you go okay, this could be a problem. This could be a problem. I can take a round of firepower with that.
Yeah, you will lose immolators. Yeah, I mean against your standard Imperial Fists if they're going real hard in on the Scorpius. Because that will be -3.
Yeah.
But your Thunder Fires, you don't care.
Only in turn 1.
No, I know. But you kind of go, the Thunder Fires, I've got 3-up save. And they're wounding me on 5s.
Yeah.
Against the normal whirlwinds, you kind of go, you're -2, so I've got a 3-up save, and you're wounding me on 4s.
Yeah.
The Scorpius is winning on 5s, but you've only got 6 save. But then after all that, you've still got a 6-up shrug.
Yeah, I go serious shrug. And also in turn 1, when I've just got to negate it, if I don't get first turn, I just go, cool, okay, I'll prepare my positions.
If you're not against fists.
Yeah.
Because they'll ignore
that. But like against an
if you come up against Triptide, you just kind of go. I mean, I can prepare positions. I've got 2-up save now.
Yeah.
Against what you've pretty much got, unless you've got 3 fusion commanders and you decide to throw them away to kill a couple of tanks. In which case, great, more power to you.
They die next turn.
You don't have to jump any of your sisters out till like turn 3 or 4, really.
It's just designed to have ultimate bold control, hold objectives. Is it the most exciting way to play? Nah. No.
It's tournament play.
It's tournament play, right?
It does what you need it to do, which is control the objectives, you play that mission. Like, that's it. It doesn't matter whether it's killy. I mean, it has some horrific amount of damage potential. I mean, if you've got all of your immolators in range, which you may or may not do, given line of sight and obviously range, but because you can advance and shoot, it's still pretty decent.
Yeah.
You've got the ability to kind of go, well, on average, you've got 63 flamer hits. Yeah. On average, because the 2d6, you just kind of go, okay. And that's before your heavy bolters.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, if you advance to get into range of your flamer, you can't. But then next turn, they just kind of sit there and go,
cool.
You park 3 of them round an objective and go, charge me, hordes.
Yeah.
Wrap and trap this.
Yeah, you can't. You can't do it. It's good.
Yeah, I really like it. I really
It's
like
obnoxious. It's super
really
obnoxious.
like it.
But there's not really too much else to say about it. It does what it says on the tin. And it's 2,000 points on the nose.
which is a winner. Which is a winner in my book. So yeah, I mean, I had 2 points to spend. I couldn't think of anything. But it'd be interesting because I've not had a look at what some of the competitive sisters lists are, but they are doing well.
Yeah.
I think that a couple of people are placing with them.
I'm not surprised. Because they do have tools in there. You can make super killer lists with them as well. But this, if I was to run sisters, this is the kind of list that I run, and I do get a sort of sense of satisfaction of just rolling saves. Like I don't, it's not a nice thing to do to your opponent, but it's like when I play Death Guard, I enjoy it. I go.
It's one of those. It's a weird one because you kind of go. I get to roll saves when you've decided to just normally against most armies completely not allow me to have saves. Not today.
This is...
And then my 6-up shrugs, and that's the thing, even the -1 to ignore would be great.
Yeah.
But then to have the 6-up shrug on top of it, and as we've seen in some games, like there'll be games where you kind of go, I've taken 12 damage on my immolator, I failed every single shrug, it's dead, so be it. But there'll be other times where you go,
I just rolled 3 6s.
I rolled 3 6s, it's still alive.
Yeah. And on its top bracket.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Keep going.
Yeah.
You know, you just...
And what's really cool as well is there's stratagems that I can just detonate them.
That's the one. That's the thing that I am missing from my list is some immolators to auto explode, which just fits the theme of the army of just like angry.
Yeah,
like it's so angry even the drivers explode.
But I love it. So if you do get into combat with me and you manage to destroy it, I go great, boom,
have D3 mortal wounds.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's cool.
I like the list. I think it's very. I mean, the immolator is such a iconic part of the sisters army, and the new model is so nice.
It just looks great.
Hey, do you want a church but not quite as big as as an exorcist? How about just having a stained glass window? Sure, whack it on there.
We love it.
It's so good. I really enjoy the sisters. I really enjoy the sisters. I can't wait to take them for a spin once a certain someone decides to actually
do something for once in his life.
Ridiculous. Obviously, that's who we're talking about. We're not talking about me or you.
We do stuff all the time. I'm a very busy man. I'm very busy.
Which one of those lists would you like? Would we? Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know why I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Because clearly I would want to run my list.
Yeah.
And you would want to run your list in Attack Tier. But what list would you like to see first? Now, we may not get 9 immolators.
I'm going to say we probably won't.
That might be a bit excessive. Nor may we get, sort of 20 Seraphim and 16 Repentia. Although I'm going to push for it. If there was an option, what sort of variant of that kind of list, of those lists, would you like to see? I mean, there's it's not saying that we won't do the other, because chances are we'll probably run one in an Tactica and one in a normal game.
Yeah.
But which one of those lists excites you more?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, yours excites me more.
It would be a lot of fun.
Because yours is just
so...
like, there's so much going on, and it's just like, you could just see all the banners, and they're just like marching up, and then all the Seraphim come down.
Seraphim descend whilst there's missiles flying. And play the E chord.
It's really, exactly.
And then repent.
Whereas mine's more just like, they'd look at it and go, oh, I see.
By the way, ignore -2.
Yeah, just hammering over the top of barricades.
Both are exciting in their own way, though.
Yeah.
That's what I actually really like about the sisters is there's a lot of stuff that you can do that is very interesting.
Yeah.
There's so many different varieties of play, and I think a lot of them are valid. You could do, I think another interesting one would be the Valorous Heart. So you ignore the -2, and you just go, yep, I've got 6 15 Lady Sister squads.
Yeah. It's good.
Just march up the board, bolt.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. There's so much you could do. It could be really fun.
They're very good.
Really, really fun.
Yeah, they're really good. Well done, Games Workshop.
Yeah.
They did a great job. Yeah, well, look, I think that's it.
I think so. I mean, there's only so much gushing we can do.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let us know what you think about both of these lists in the comments, and we will be back with another list analysis very soon. Until then, keep being bosses. Bye.
That was a nice delay there.
Yeah, I like to keep them waiting.